Here we go. Hey, welcome to Cooking Something Good. Great show today. A lot of people are talking about the problem in the restaurant industry with getting people to work for them. And our guest today is Yahn Charbonney. He owns a great little place in Montreal. It's called Pizzeria Geppetto. It's on Rue Beaubien. And he's going to talk about a take that he has on why there are so few industry employees right now. And it's an interesting take. It's a little different from what I've heard before, and I think you're going to be interested. He's also going to talk about some of the fresh fruits and vegetables grown in Quebec and what's in season right now, what they cook and what they make at Geppetto, depending on what's in season. Great interview. Jan's an interesting gentleman. He's been a friend of mine for about 25 years. I think you're going to enjoy the show. I'd like to say hello to our sponsors, Jones Barbecue. Mary and Deb Jones are sisters. They're pitmasters. Their father was a pitmaster. They're located in Kansas City, Kansas. They make an incredibly good barbecue sauce. You can get it at our site right now, csgbn.com. Cooking Something Good Broadcast Network. Think of it like that, csgbn.com. Go to our shop, get free delivery on Jones Barbecue Sauce. It's going to be a great show. We've also got Andrea Jorgensen, Seattle to Sunapee. She's back on the West Coast, and she's going to be talking about what's in season out there. We'll talk a lot about what's in season today. I got my Montreal Canadiens hat on because, you know what? We're talking to someone from Montreal. I'm a Canadian fan. Don't throw shit at me. Stop throwing stuff. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's going to be okay. It's going to be a great episode of Cooking Something Good. So let's get going. And here we are cooking something good. Here we are in the Jones Barbecue Studio. Jones Barbecue. Mary and Deb Jones own this great little barbecue place. It's in Kansas City, Kansas. Their sisters are pitmasters. Their father was a pitmaster, and they've got what I think is the best bottled barbecue sauce in the whole world. Jones Barbecue Sauce. You can buy it at our website. Go to csgbn.com. Get it right now in free delivery. CSGBN, like Cooking Something Good Broadcast Network. And check out all the great offers we have. And talk about great. I mean, talk about great. Does it get greater than Yahn Charbonney? Yahn, welcome to the show. Yahn, owner and operator of Geppetto on Rue Beaubien and Rosemont in Montreal. Welcome to the show, my friend.
Hey, Dave, how are you?
Good, nice to... Go ahead.
It's good to be with you, my friend.
It's good to be with you, too. We've been friends for a long, long, long time. I always like to let people know if I'm interviewing somebody who owns a restaurant or anything that we might sell or anything I'm promoting on the show. We've been friends for
25 years?
25 years now. Wow, it's a long time.
We're getting old.
I'm advanced middle-aged. That's what I'm calling it from now on, advanced middle-aged. Hey.
That's how I feel this morning.
Yeah, and you've got 2 kids, so you're going to feel like that the rest of your life.
Yeah, but quick story. I had to get in the kitchen yesterday. So it's the joys of our staffing problems here in Canada. Probably the same for you guys in the States.
Yeah, it's the same here. I know. Let's talk a little bit about that. Where are the restaurant workers that are so important to cities like Montreal? Where have they gone? Where are they?
I felt at the beginning of COVID, a lot of them, because we shut down like much more than you guys for much longer. A lot of them went to work in construction, where they have better pay, better hours. They're off. Sometimes they're off during the winter, where they make their unemployment money, which kind of equals what they were making in the kitchen before without having to work. So
now the housing market's starting to slow down here. Do you think is it starting to slow down up there a little bit?
Yes, of course, because of the interest rates and everything. But there's so many constructions that are underway and projects that are, permits have been deployed, and so no, for the foreseeable future, I still see construction as being one of our enemy as far as staffing. And I was talking to a Bangladesh origin cook of ours in another location, which has a big, has a lot of contacts in this community. This these were the type of communities that would take up, cooking jobs, and a lot of them have been going towards Uber, some those kind of self-employed jobs.
Yeah. So it's gonna.
So
It looks like it's gonna be a problem for a while.
the schools are empty.
That surprises me. That really surprises me. I mean, is cooking something that people take up as a profession because they want to make a lot of money, or obviously they want to be have good lifestyles, but is it a passion?
It has to be a passion. It's certainly not for the money, which is the problem now.
Yeah. So I mean that could explain the the front of the house workers, but the cooks themselves. Do you think these are people who are always been they're artists, right?
Of
They
course,
do what they do because they love it. So they're not going to drive Uber because they love it, especially if they have a passion for cooking. So I mean that would explain the front of the house workers. No matter what it is, it's going to be a problem for a while.
well,
What are some of the solutions for you guys?
well,
Technology?
one of yes, yes. Us, we since we're a group of four restaurants, we try to centralize a little bit of some of the production.
Hmm.
We try to find ways to work around the staffing issues, but you still need hands for the service. I
Yep.
mean, that's why I had to get in the kitchen for the first time in 7 years yesterday night. That's why I feel advanced middle age this morning.
I was going to say I'd love to be there while you're in the kitchen, though.
Yeah,
And I mean, you know, I love your restaurant. Even though we're friends, I would not promote to my listeners or speak highly of any place unless I thought the food was really good. You know my favorite. I love your carbonara, but your pizzas are great. Your food is good. Getting onto that a little bit, when you're looking, are you keeping everything the same, or are you guys always mixing it up?
our core menu is pretty much the same.
Hmm. Did you
We
make?
always have the core of the menu, yeah, is the same. We always switch up, from season to season, a couple of pizzas, couple of salads, couple of pastas that are more summery or more wintry. And we also have our daily menu. Our risotto changes daily. We have a pasta of the day, a pizza of the day.
Mhm.
So yeah, but all in all, it's pretty much this. Our core menu is kind of stable.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I know a friend of mine who owns a pizza place down here in Massachusetts, and they've had basically the same menu for 80 years, and
Hey,
it's
why fix
consistent. It's good.
it, bro?
I mean, consistent and good. You can't beat consistent and good.
Yeah, that's it.
It's really nice. Now, when COVID came, I had talked to a gentleman who owned a little pizza grinder shop, not like yours. That's all they had was pizza and grinders. They went to all takeout. It was a big Greek family, so they all had family working. And he said they grossed the first 2 years in COVID. They grossed less, but netted more than they have in a long time because he pared his menu down to the things that had the highest margins. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
how do you decide when you want to put out something creative, whether it's say it's a special? Are you still putting out specials that it may be creative, but it's to bring people in to get to know the rest of the menu? Have you stopped doing that because you need the higher margins?
Uh, no, no, because we still want to play around with what's fresh and what's available at the moment, and still be kind of creative. But you really have to watch your price point now,
Hmm.
because I mean, just 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 for you know, just for an example, we used to. I don't use here in this restaurant vegetable oil, but a what is it? A 5 gallon bin of oil before COVID used to cost around $20 Canadian,
Hmm.
and now you're lucky if you get it under $60.
Wow.
So imagine if you have fryers and you go through
Yeah,
5-10 bins a week.
and you've got. I mean, you have to. that has to reflect in your prices. I mean, there's no choice. Do
So now
people?
you're gonna pay French fry over $5 in a restaurant, just for a portion of fries,
Oh my God!
which but
In the land of poutine.
in the land of poutine.
Oh God.
Exactly.
Uh,
But then again, the technology is helping. Um, and I'm talking to you about this from experience because I'm partners in the Mitch Deli where we use
and
oil.
we had him on a show this past week. Great guy. I love the food up there too. Max over at Mitch Deli, right up the street from you.
So
Yeah,
funky,
it's
cool, and refreshing.
it really is cool and refreshing. Is let's give them a quick plug and
Yeah,
disclaimer. You're a partner in there in that Mitch Deli too.
yeah,
Yeah.
loved
So
it so much.
yeah,
Got into the company.
yeah, I do love it. So go ahead. Where were you going with that?
Yeah, well, like for the oil, um, they came up with a device to filter your oil,
Mm-hmm.
$5,000 device, which is amazing. You can quadruple the uh, the life expectancy of your oil, which is fantastic.
And that's key because your oil prices just tripled.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so
It is busy this again. Uh, you're up in a neighborhood that's that that's up and coming. About 15 years ago, it wasn't the greatest. 20 years ago, and it's really a cute little foodie, trendy kind of a place now. Are people starting to come back in and is it busy again?
it stayed busy. It stayed busy just in takeout and delivery.
Hmm.
If you look at the prices um, of housing here in the last 10 years, it's incredible how it exploded.
Yeah.
It's certainly an even more than an up and coming neighborhood.
Yeah, it's there. I mean, it's really nice. And if you're going to Montreal and you're looking for the a little gem, that Rosemont, is it Rosemont, right? Rosemont, nice little neighborhood. And if you're looking for a couple of great places, are people complaining about the prices at all? Do you get a lot of complaints? Few complaints? Are the regulars complaining? Are the tourists complaining?
I think people are complaining, but they also understand what's behind it. I mean, it's unfortunate because at one point, like lunches in restaurants will be obsolete. I don't think people will be able to afford lunches in a restaurant.
It's
Your $20 lunch is now a $35 lunch. I mean, for your hour of break at work, it's gonna get to be difficult.
that's interesting because I see the same thing here with lunch, not only lunch but breakfast.
Breakfast, same thing. It's that the $6 breakfast is now $11.
And how often can you afford $11 breakfast? You're going to spend $55. Yeah,
That's a $20 breakfast.
yeah. That's yeah.
So
With a tip, it's a 20. That's $100 a week in breakfast.
yeah, exactly. If you go there daily,
Yeah. So
so it's going to be very it's going to be difficult for the breakfast and lunch places. I think in the future,
what do you think?
people are.
What's going to replace it? Are people going to cook at home more, or
What's the solution?
is it going to be like food breakfast carts like in the '60s and '70s, and where they'll go along and serve you these wrapped egg sandwiches? Blah blah.
Maybe. I think people are going to have to cook more.
Yeah, and
With,
what's a
with
social aspect of that? You miss that whether it's professional in a business setting, whether it's with family, whether it's with friends. What are the social aspects of not eating lunch together, not eating breakfast together? Will our habits change? Will we become more European, where we eat earlier lunches, or later lunches with a siesta? I mean, are we going to change our culture?
well, it is changing, and it's the celebration of having food, sitting down at the table with friends and family. Um, is something that's going to be maybe less recurrent because of this.
Hmm.
It's not it's not fun. Uh, you're going to have to keep your dollars for special occasions. It's going to become more of a luxury to go out and dine. It is already
Yeah,
become more.
I was gonna say it is. I mean, we are much fussier now about where we go to eat any meal. My family personally, and my daughters are grown now, but I mean, because if you're going to spend that much money, you're in the old days, you'd be like, yeah, we'll just go there. What it's half a block away or it's a mile away. We'll just go there.
Okay.
As a
Oh, you don't want to strike out now.
no, you just can't. And we're
Yeah.
lucky. We have a little place in Hatfield, Massachusetts, one of my homes that has a little place called Fishtails. It has great food, and it's a great story. You'd love the story. The woman was she was a bar manager, almost no cooking experience at all, and they hired a big name chef, and then he bolted and quit on him. She couldn't find another cook, so she said, "I'll try." Turns out she's a natural. So she runs the whole place now. She's a cook. Food is really good. Those are far and few between, though. But great story.
Great story.
I
She
mean,
puts love to it, I guess.
yeah, and she absolutely she's fallen in love with it. But wouldn't you like if you find out your maitre d has never cooked before and decided you have to throw her in there and she was just a natural? That's just a lucky break. But
It is.
yeah, getting back to my point, I'm not going to go out to eat at a restaurant I know isn't great. That's why Geppetto. Oh yeah, when I go to Geppetto, it's special for me, and I'm pathetic because I'm going to get the carbonara every single time. And everybody around me gets everything else, and I try it, but I'm like, wow, that's good. Next time I'm getting that. But I love your carbonara. I really do. It's one of the best I've ever had. It's a French Canadian individual makes a carbonara, an Italian dish, as well as any Italian I've ever had make it for me.
The killer carbo.
Hey, and it's good for you too. I believe it's good for you. Carbonara. They say it comes from carbo means coal, and the old wise tale is they would feed it to the coal miners because they would be underground for 5 hours, and then they'd come up to eat and they go underground for another 5 hours. So they needed all that carbs, those carbs. That's where they
It's a winter dish.
yeah. It's a good dish anytime at all. Any future plans? What else is going on? You got anything in the works for the future except being a star and cooking something good?
Seriously, staffing is my main issue these days.
What are you doing? Are you hiring companies like Indeed or some of those other staffing companies? Are you putting ads out? Are you just
Last 2 months, I'm about a grand in Indeed, Craigslist, Surcat.
anything?
Nah,
Let me ask you, if anybody's watching this show and they want to go, they're either going to college in Montreal or they want to go live in Montreal for a year or so, is the process of getting a work permit for an American difficult?
for American, I believe it's quite rapid.
Yeah.
I'm actually looking at Europeans right now and willing to pay a dime and wait for them to arrive.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in communication with an immigration lawyer that's helping me out with this. We're actually going to sit down and look for our needs for the next, let's say, next season for all of our locations.
Yeah.
It's gotten to that point. We need to outsource to Europe. There's nobody wants to do it here.
Yeah, we can't get anybody to work here, but maybe somebody here wants to spend a year in Montreal or 2 years in Montreal. And hey,
Bring them on. We'll take care of them.
what's your email address so they can reach out to you?
Geppetto Beaubien, 2 P's, 2 T's, BEAUBIEN at gmail.com.
All right, we'll post that down below here. Maybe.
So GeppettoPizza.com,
Yep.
where you can post for job offers.
Excellent. So hopefully we find somebody. But I tell you, it's hard enough to find. It's the same story all over, everywhere, all through people I interview in Canada, people I interview in the United States, people I interview all over the world. I'm getting the same story, over and over and over again.
To have somebody answer your ad, it's another thing getting them to follow up and come to the meeting that you've scheduled.
What's the percentage? I was always interested of the people who respond to the ad. What's the percentage that actually follow up and you get them in?
Listen, these days it's not even 10%, 10% maybe.
Oh my God.
We're now the ones being interviewed.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
Amazing.
My God. Maybe I'll come up for a year and work. I'd be a good dishwasher. I'd be a great dishwasher. I'd be a good server.
And
Welcome,
I'll find you stuff to do.
welcome to Geppetto. My name's Dave. How can I help you? You want a
Here you.
pizza? You want some? Hey, that carbonara is good. Here, let me show you. I take my fork and I start
Actually,
eating. I start eating their carbonara.
you'd be the best, sandwich man that you put in front of a store there to get people in.
Oh, with those little arrow things, I'd be a
Yeah,
good person. And after a couple of months, my French would get better. My French is always so terrible when I get there, and then if I'm there for 3 or 4 days, it gets better. Then after a week, it's good. But the minute I leave, it's terrible. Like
got to practice.
I know, and that's what I should do. I should practice. I could be your signboard guy. I'd wear the one and I can wear my Habs hat.
Absolutely.
All right. I have one daughter I raised right, big Canadian fan, and and you have to promise her. And this is coming from her. So tell Yahn to promise me that if Cole Caulfield comes into Geppetto, that
Sure.
you contact me immediately. And I've said, yeah.
Correctly.
I said, Jan's not going to be your pimp. Absolutely not. But
He's too tall for him, anyways.
what's that?
He's too tall for him, anyways.
She's only 5'1", 5'2".
Oh, that would fit then.
Yeah. Anyway, what do you think about this season? Let's talk hockey for I know you're in a hurry. You got a lot going on, but what do you think about the offseason moves here?
Oh, everything's going in the right direction. Stick to the plan.
Yeah, it was weird going from the finals, granted under a format that was different, and then finishing dead last. And I watched almost every game to the bitter end last year. It was
That
hard.
ever excruciating,
And
especially the first half of the season?
yeah, and I mean when Carey Price is in
Horrible.
goal, yeah, when Carey Price is in goal, there's always a chance you're going to win the game. Always. Now is he back?
He was in goal five games last season.
Yeah. And so what are we going to get out of him this year? Are we going to get him? Is he going to?
No. The ideal dream scenario, since we're pretty much certain that he's off for the whole season, is we suck this season. We keep on drafting and making trades and getting younger and building our core and getting more experience with our young guys. The next season, he's back for a kind of, get back into shape season where we keep on following the plan. And in the third year, Price for his 2 last years where we have a window open for the cup. That's my.
I got to wait till I'm 61 years old. Holy cow!
Hey, it's less time waiting than the Leafs fans.
Oh, yeah, that's a shame, isn't it? That's a shame.
No.
My daughter actually went to school one year with the Leafs coach. Oh my God! Not the coach now, the coach before. He's totally.
Oh, Babcock.
Babcock, yeah. His son's a very nice young man. Really nice young man. She was a freshman when he was a senior, and he was dating one of her teammates. She played field hockey.
Actually, the father studied at McGill.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, his son is a class act. Very nice kid. So,
Father also.
Yeah, the father must be too. It's like a parent, a dog. You show me a mean dog, I'll show you a mean owner. 99, not always, but 99% of the time. Show me a mean kid, I'll show you a mean parent. Not always, but 99% of the time. I have no proof to back any of this up, but sometimes I just babble on and on. I got my Tim Hortons coffee.
There you go.
I never drank coffee till I was 56 years old. Hated it. And then COVID started.
Drinking Tim Hortons coffee, I understand why you hate coffee.
You know what? I don't know why I like it. But then I went to Italy. When I went to Italy, I had real coffee. And
now you're talking.
Yeah, now I want to actually go back. And I loved Italy anyway. I mean, the food there. You've been to Italy or no?
Yeah. My honeymoon.
Oh, nice.
28 days.
Where'd you go?
Driving a little Citroen 2CV.
Ah.
3,000 kilometers.
Where'd you go? Did you go to Puglia at all?
I went everywhere.
Oh, that's great.
And I went back to Sicily since I hadn't gone.
That's on my list. I mean, I've got to get to Iceland and Sicily are on my bucket list. I'm going to ask you a question before I let you go. You talk a lot about sourcing and fresh seasonal ingredients that you like to use. What is your region of Quebec known for when it comes to vegetables and fruit?
You mean during the summertime?
Any season.
Well, Quebec is great for potatoes.
Yeah,
like
I didn't know
super
that.
super good potatoes.
Yeah,
But in season, I mean, all the primes are wonderful. I mean, we get amazing asparagus. It all depends on the farmer, the way he operates. But we get these ancient tomatoes that are amazing. And it's just that the season is kind of short, and so of course you don't get around. But strawberries from the island of Orleans, which you enjoy.
Yeah, it's my favorite place in the world. I had black currants at Ile d'Orléans, which were the best black currants I've ever had. The sisters owned that place.
The Bonaparte sisters.
Yeah, I mean, unbelievable, great, just magnificent. Blaze really loves them too. Our friend Blaze Fortier, he loves those black currants also.
He loves those sisters.
He probably does love. Blaze loves the ladies.
All right.
But the black currants are great, and yeah, I'll let you go. We'll get up there soon. I might get up there next week. I don't know if you can be around next Saturday, but I might get up there next Saturday.
We'll talk.
All right. See you soon. Yahn Charbonney, owner of Geppetto, the one in Rosemont on Rue Beaubien. My old friend, it's great to see you as always. Love to your kids, love to your beautiful wife, and we'll see you soon.
Un abrazo.
A la próxima.
Ciao.
Ciao. Hey, look who's here. Welcome to the Jones Barbecue Sauce Studio, home to Jones Barbecue. Jones Barbecue in Kansas City, Kansas. Oh my, Andrea, my friend, the best barbecue sauce I've ever had. Maybe ever. Not just coming out of a bottle, ever. And I make a mean barbecue sauce. The Jones sisters make a great sauce. You can check out their sauce and get it online at our website, csgbn.com. Just go to the shop. Remember, Cooking Something Good Broadcast Network, csgbn.com. Welcome to the show. It's nice to see you. Actually, it's better to see you in person.
It was better to see you in person, yeah.
It's so nice, and your friends are great, nice people. Yeah. We had such a great time.
Yeah.
And I just want to say hello to Icelandic Water. I had an idea. I'm going to turn my phone off here because somebody's calling me. Let me turn my phone off. I apologize. There we go. Feliz Nave Mi. It's my new song. Feliz Nave Mi. Can't wait till Christmas. I'm already fired up.
Are you?
So I had an idea for a kind of a spot. I'm going to steal kind of a Kevin Kline kind of a line from a great movie, French Kiss, that I love. A lot of people thought it was tacky and terrible. I like corny movies like that. But here's my commercial. I am French, and we are famous for our water. That is why I am sick to my stomach, knowing that Icelandic water is better than our water. It's upsetting to me and makes my ass twitch.
That's random.
Icelandic water, it makes my ass twitch.
Oh, good.
I like it. Did you ever see that movie, French Kiss?
I did not.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Great. It's kind of one of those nice, happy ending, silly.
Everything works out the way it's supposed to.
And nobody dies. No one. I hate sad movies where at the end people die or they don't. The guy doesn't get the girl doesn't get the guy, or the girl doesn't get the girl, the guy doesn't get whatever. Whatever. Yeah. It's not a happy ending. I like happy ending. There's enough misery in life. Why don't we have happy movies? That's the way I see it.
There you go.
So what's it like to be back on the West Coast? Are you back on your time zone yet? Are you feeling back in the groove?
Yeah, it's a lot easier flying east to west because of the time change.
Yeah.
Like I had a 5-hour flight and still got in 3 hours later than from when I left in Boston. So it was good. It didn't take long. Flight was good. I feel like I'm back in the routine where, 4 days in or whatever. So
back in the
my
routine.
kids were very happy to see me.
And that's nice when they're happy to see you.
Yeah.
Because if they look, hi, Mom, and they weren't excited, you'd be like, wow. Everything I do. Everything I do, and that's the thanks I get. That's the welcome back.
Yep, yep.
I
I
love
got Izzy out of bed in the morning and she goes, Mama, Mama, you're home. She goes, Mama, I cried the whole way home from the airport. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Get over it, kid. Life isn't fair. Get used to it.
My husband sent me a video of her when they were hanging out while I was gone, and she goes, I miss Mama. I've never missed Mama before.
Oh my
Yep,
God.
yep.
Don't worry, they never go away.
That's okay.
There's no such thing as an empty nest. That never happens. They continue to stick around.
Oh yeah.
It's just they eat more. They're more expensive. When they leave the nest and come back, it's a more expensive bill. Hey, we had a good time last week. Great
We
restaurant,
did.
Harvest.
Oh, Harvest was so good. Yeah.
Your friends were great. We had a nice time with them. Um, Taking us all to dinner was
Yeah.
was nice.
Mhm.
And I thought that I thought the Harvest was probably one of the better restaurants I've been to in a long, long time.
Definitely. The atmosphere was great. I mean, and we were there for lunch. We were there mid-afternoon or so, so there
Yeah.
wasn't a whole bunch of people in there. But yeah, the atmosphere was great. Was he the general manager?
Yes.
He was so nice. He was very informative. I mean, he as he said, he hadn't been there for very long, about a year or so, but he was great.
I learned a lot
The chef,
for a guy who hasn't been there. I learned an awful lot from him.
yeah, exactly. I thought he was really, really informed. The chef was what, Nick, right?
Volpe, I think his first name.
Yep,
Tab.
yep.
Was it Tab?
No, that Tab was the pastry chef.
Pastry chef.
Yep.
Pastries were sick too.
Yeah, yeah.
And they brought us
So
different pastries. That was too much.
yeah,
And then I
but
had
it
to
was
go,
delicious.
and I went today for my diabetes checkup. It wasn't even a checkup. It was just confessing my sins, right? There to
Like,
confess my
you're
sins.
like, I already know what the numbers look like, and they're not good.
Oh, they're not good. But I tell you, the desserts were great. I got the Leonie's sandwich, which was
That was delicious.
oh, it was so good.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and
Joe's, what did Joe get? The
what did
skirt
Joe
steak?
get?
That
Yeah,
was
skirt
delicious as
steak. That
well.
was good.
Yeah,
It was well presented. The food was
food was excellent.
really, really
Yep.
good. It goes into one of my top, maybe my top 20 restaurants that I've been to.
Yep.
And that's hard to break that list. That stuff. If anybody's wondering, it's in Cambridge, Massachusetts. We
It was
will get you
excellent.
the address, and we're going to have them on in a couple of weeks. And I can't wait to listen to their story and to talk to the chefs, the pastry chef and the head chef, and let people know, when they're in the city, when they get a chance to get into Boston. This is really a must hit, a must
Absolutely.
hit. And it
Yeah.
was light. It was good, but it wasn't heavy. I felt like I was eating really good quality food. I was eating well sourced food. I was eating
Yeah.
really,
It was fresh. I mean, the ingredients were
yeah.
great,
And I felt full, but I didn't feel stuffed, if that makes any
Right.
sense, right? I
Right.
just felt like, wow, I felt healthy.
Yep.
Healthy. Of course, within 36 hours, I had eaten a ice cream sundae. What are they? Handy dandy, whatever the hell they're called.
Oh,
Peanut butter handy dandy, or whatever that thing is called. Things like this big, and I'm like, oh,
yeah.
that wasn't good. That wasn't
Probably
good.
not. Probably
No.
not.
So I think we're going to get Joe on as a regular.
Awesome. Yeah, he was talking about that.
And Joe, if you don't know, Joe is an old friend of Andrea's. We've known him for 6 or 7 years now.
Yeah. Yep.
7
Yep.
years. Went
Yep. He
to
graduated from Johnson and Wales, so he's got the whole food background, and he's
Yep.
he's an excellent resource. We anytime we're cooking at home and we make something, we'll always send each other pictures like, look what I made, like this looks great, or like I'll be like, hey, I've got this ingredient, like I've already made all my regulars and I still have some left over. Like, what do you suggest? And so we'll swap ideas back and forth and stuff. So
and
yeah,
that's
he's great.
fun. Yep. And he's a concierge in Boston, a well-known Boston hotel right now. So he's got a lot of connections and just a very nice person.
He's really
I mean,
nice.
genuinely nice.
Yeah,
Kind of he's a younger man. He's younger than you, right?
he is just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
His birthday is next month,
What's the date? Do you know?
September 15th.
All right. We got to do something big, big,
Yeah.
big, Joe. We got to do something big for him.
Yeah.
All right. We got to make a plan. Maybe I'll get him some Icelandic water. What kind of accent is that?
I
Icelandic.
have no idea. You could go out to Boston and pretend to do like a live stream with him, and then I'll buzz in.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
And we'll sing happy birthday.
Yeah, we'll sing happy
We'll
birthday.
sing it backwards.
I don't know if I can
Happy
do that.
birthday backwards. Can you do the alphabet backwards?
Yes.
Fast?
I'm gonna have to think about it, but I can do it.
We have someone coming on. I shouldn't be rubbing my face like that. That's a tell. Like in Seinfeld, you know? If you
Yeah.
touch your face, that's a tell. You ever see that one?
I don't think
Seinfeld
so.
episode. How was your date? That's good. And then George and Jerry like, uh-huh. And Elaine's like, what? They're like, it's a tell. How was your date? The higher you Seinfeld's his thought is the higher you go, the worse it was.
Oh.
Okay, not bad. I gotta get out of this relationship. Anyway, we'll have a nice day for Joe.
Yeah,
Something special.
that'd be good.
And your other friend, I can't remember her name. It's terrible.
Nicole.
Nicole. She was just as you guys have been friends since forever.
Yeah.
Forever and ever.
Yeah.
And how you guys went to Tanglewood? How was that?
It was excellent. Yeah, it was great.
I
We
feel
had a
like
great time. There were I can't even tell you how many people there. I mean, we got there. I thought I had read that the gates open at 5:30. We got there at 6:30 and we like struggled to find a place on the lawn to sit. Like there
on the
were
lawn.
on the lawn. Yeah, it was absolutely packed. But Yo-Yo Ma was there. Itzhak Perlman was there. They would play various things, and then they'd have a screen come down, and there would be like other people that would send messages to John and stuff like that. So Steven Spielberg was one of them. Another
I think
God,
he
I
owes
can't
me
think of her
money.
name. Steven Spielberg?
I think so.
I don't know about that.
I was at Jersey Mike's like 10 years ago. And I'm like, you're Steven Spielberg. Yeah, I'm short. I forgot my wallet. Can you lend me $7? Because I got this meatball sub. And I said, yeah, I gave my address. Nothing. Nothing.
I doubt it.
Yeah, it's not true.
I doubt it. No,
Not
definitely
true.
not. No.
Bum. Did they play that?
They did not, but
Play
they
it.
played.
You
Oh,
don't know
James
what?
Taylor was there.
Oh yeah. You know the
They
word?
played Star Wars music, and then at the end, John Williams himself got up on stage and conducted the theme from Raiders of the Lost Ark. So that was great.
They played Star Wars, huh?
They did, yeah. They played some Star Wars music, yeah.
Dun 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 dun. David Astu, so that is me. You know that's the word to that. Very few people.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
You don't believe me?
I don't actually, but that's okay.
That's why I actually traded Spielberg for the money. He put the words in
To a John Williams song.
to a John Williams song,
Oh, okay.
and it was Dave Duso.
There you go.
So what are you working on this week? What do we got going on?
We got melons this week. All the melons are in from Yakima. We got the cantaloupe and the honeydew and all of them.
Let's talk about melons.
Let's talk about the gazpacho we had at Harvest.
Oh, I forgot
That
that.
hands down one of the best gazpachos I've ever had in my life, if not the best gazpacho.
That was.
It was what,
when we got
honeydew?
that.
It was a honeydew gazpacho with
Yeah.
cantaloupe balls in there. Excuse me, a Parmesan foam, and
Yeah,
then
how did they make the foam? That was
I don't know.
ridiculous.
But that was great.
I knew
And
we
then
were in great. I
what
knew
is
we were
a
in for a great.
sunflower
I knew we were in for a great
twill?
experience when I had those first. Sunflower.
Twill,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh,
We knew we were
so
in
good.
for a good meal when we had that.
Oh, when they brought that out, I was like, all right, we're in. This is gonna be awesome. Yeah, that was delicious. That was so good.
I'm drinking more water, by the way. I'm supposed to drink more water. That's what the doctor told me today.
Oh, okay.
Drink more water. So
That's good.
I'm listening. I'm not ignoring you. And plus, when I don't have anything, it's like when I sing. If I can't go sing out when my band plays, even if I'm not playing my guitar, I have to have my guitar in front of me. Even if I'm not, because my hands. You ever that Ricky Bobby movie when he's doing this thing with his hands? I'm the same way. I can't. My hands.
You gotta have something to hang on to.
Or I gotta be talking with my. I think it's the Italian in me.
It's quite possible, yeah.
So we got cantaloupe. We got
honeydew. We've got. Let me see. They sent me my local produce market sends me an email every week to let me know what's in there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Golden honeydew, which honestly I've never had. I've just had regular honeydew. Seeded watermelon and the cantaloupe. So yeah, all the melons are in season, which is great because it's like, I do a good watermelon salad with some cucumbers and the feta. I think we've talked about that before.
Yeah.
So that's
I
excellent
do
to do.
goat cheese and olive oil.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
You know what? If you're like me and we all should drink more water. You want to get water? Melons.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You get a good dose of water.
Yeah.
What is water? Water is nothing, but you have to have it.
Yeah.
Your body, if you didn't drink water for 36 hours, your lips would disappear. If you didn't eat
I
water
don't believe
for
that.
36,
I'm sure you'd be
that's true.
close to death.
Your lips actually disappear
Really?
after 36 hours, and that's true. I know there's been a lot of bullshit so far, but that's the truth. But it
Okay.
is a good source. All these melons are a good source of water. I love fresh watermelon this time of year,
Yeah. Oh, it's the best. Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
the
And it's so easy. Like I'll cut a whole watermelon up at once and I'll have a big bowl of it. And if I'm not careful, I'll like pick at it while I'm cutting the rest of it up. And next thing you know, it's like, well, I just bought like an 8-pound watermelon and I have 2 pounds left. Like, how did that happen? Like,
and I love this time of year, especially fresh corn, fresh tomatoes. I mean,
Mhm.
that's a meal.
Yep.
Corn, tomatoes,
Definitely.
watermelon. That's a meal to me.
Yeah.
And it's the
So
same
good.
smoked Gouda cheese with corn,
Oh yeah.
pepper, and I love smoked meat. I like smoked food.
Yep.
Family,
Yep.
my family are not big fans, which makes it difficult.
Uh,
Like yesterday, I made burgers and dogs on the grill, but I used some shaved smoked Gouda cheese.
oh yeah.
And if you close the grill up to melt the cheese and everybody else's stuff in there, everybody else's stuff tastes like.
That's not bad though.
Well, they don't like it, so that's the
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
So then they went hungry, and I ate all their food. No, that's
There
not.
you go.
No,
There you
but
go.
that is what happens. So you have to kind of be careful. I bought a terrible girl. You know what I did? I'm such a sucker for marketing. I buy all these. If I see an infomercial, I am just it's a joke. I can't help it. Except for those what are those things, those fryers, those air fryers, which
Mm,
we disagreed on before. I hate them.
yeah.
But I saw a recipe. I'm going to try it. I saw a recipe for Oreos.
Oreos.
Yep. Air fryer Oreo cookies.
Okay.
And they're coated. Right. So I'm
Okay.
going to try it. I'm going to take it out, try it, and I'm going to hope nothing starts on fire. You do use air fryers.
I do. Yeah.
So next week, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to bring all this stuff upstairs.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm going to call Jack, and I'm going to let Jack do it.
There you go.
So we're going to work together. You're going to tell me your favorite air fryer recipe,
Okay.
and I'm going to make it. And you're going to You're not going to make it, because if I
Okay.
watch you, that's kind of cheating, right? Because then,
Okay.
but you're going to talk me through it, and we're going to see if I can make something that tastes good out of an air fryer.
Okay.
It's maybe it's just the old man in me. I don't want any trouble. Just leave me alone. I just want to be left alone, for Christ's sakes. But maybe if I make something good and you've
Yeah.
walked me through it,
I can walk you through it.
we pass that through. What's your favorite thing to make?
Oh, I mean, I love air fryer Brussels sprouts.
I'm a big Brussels sprout fan, so
Those are awesome. I cut them in half. Obviously, you need like all the same size Brussels sprout, right? And you cut them in half, toss them with a little bit of olive oil and some balsamic. Throw them in the air fryer. I think I did like 375 last time, and I was like, they were in there for about 20 minutes, and shake it so they all do evenly and stuff like that. And then I make a roasted garlic bacon aioli, and I use that for the dipping.
See, it's similar to how I make Brussels sprouts. I make them just that way, but with either pancetta or bacon.
Mm-hmm.
But
Because
anything,
you can't go wrong.
yeah, bacon is like, what's the old expression? What somebody told me, it's meat candy.
Yeah.
Bacon is meat candy. You could put bacon on anything. Bacon and peanut butter is like a dream come true. Peanut butter and jelly with bacon. You get the sweet, then the salty, then that peanutty taste. I mean, bacon.
You ever candied bacon?
Yep.
Oh.
Dates wrapped in bacon.
Oh yeah.
For my for my Thanksgiving turkey every year, I cover it with bacon,
Oh, do you?
which is perfect.
Yeah.
And then I cover it with bacon. Actually, I take butter, parsley, garlic, lemon zest, and lemon.
Mm.
And I soften the butter. I put all together. Then I make it into little balls, and I take the skin. And I
Smear it underneath. Yeah.
And then I hold the skin down, and I press it down, and then I cook it in a very hot oven for really hot oven for like 15, 20 minutes. And I take it out, and I also put salt over the top. So salt and bacon on top of that, which
Oh
is
my God.
then some butter over the top, and then olive oil on top of that so the butter doesn't burn. And then I cook it, and inside I put onions and lemons.
Okay.
And then when I take it out of the oven, I cook it, depending on how big it is, obviously, but say it's I don't know how big, say it's cooking for 3 hours. I let it rest for 3 hours.
Oh, okay.
And then I use that, because I think Gordon Ramsay has a thing out, let it rest for cook it. And I tell you what, it does make a big difference.
Yeah.
Then you take your turkey out, let it rest, and you take the pan, take your bacon off, put it in the
Get all
pan,
your juices.
take all your onions and your lemons out, squeeze them in, and then take them out, put them through, sift them, add a little bit of chicken stock.
I'm getting my water. Hang on.
Yeah. Iceland. I have Icelandic water. I like Icelandic water. Andrea likes Icelandic water. Everybody in Reykjavik likes Andrea. I'm now still got that cough, huh?
I do. I'm on round 3 of antibiotics. It's fun.
Drinking our water. And then I add some rosemary to that. Mix everything up before I sift it. Actually, I mix it all up, and I take that's not what I should be doing.
No.
I take
Nope, definitely not. Definitely not.
I take a potato masher and I mash it down. Then I put my rosemary in, and then I strain it. And that's add a little red wine, reduce that, and that's my gravy. So even though your turkey's cold after 3 hours, you got a hot gravy.
Yeah.
And it's very, very good. And because you have that bacon, that salt, and that olive oil and the butter on top, it's nice and crispy. I love turkey. My family
Before Thanksgiving last year, I went to the local butcher and I bought like, I don't know, 12 pounds worth of turkey wings, and I made my own turkey stock. Oh, I think I'll be doing that the rest of my life. It was so good.
Your own made stock is so nice. I almost always have chicken stock and beef stock that I've made. I've frozen all of it. I have a big freezer downstairs, and I have a freezer in my regular freezer, but I keep it, and I always have enough that I know that it's there.
Yeah.
No, it's great, and I bag it in small Ziploc bags,
like 2 cups at a time or whatever.
Yeah, with just a little bit of olive oil that I kind of take a napkin, put it on the inside. That way it slips right out.
Oh, yeah.
But if you put one big, huge, I see people that put huge Ziploc bags filled with stock. You never need that much stock.
Well, if you're making soup, that's one thing, but if you're just like,
yeah, if you're using it for here and there, so
I
I have the smallest bags possible, and if I need 2 or 3, I use 2 or 3.
Right.
But I hate when you're trying to get it out of the Ziploc bag and it's just a little stuck.
I just cut the bag.
But there's still, you got to rip it off to the side.
Yeah.
A little olive oil will sneak out of there. And then you can have it. It's nice to have stock in the house.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is nice. So let's get back to melons for a second.
Yeah.
What else do you do with them? I mean, I cut them into slices. That's what I do, and I love eating sliced melons.
Yeah, I mean, when they're fresh like that, it's usually all I do is eat them raw, because it's like you cut them up, and again, you're picking at it while you're cutting them up, but next thing you know, you've eaten half of the melon already, and you're like, oh,
yeah.
All right then.
I also like to take a little in a bowl. I'll mix a little honey and a little maple syrup, and just a little bit of sugar. Don't tell my doctor. And then if I'm grilling, I'll take a brush and I'll brush them, and then I'll put them on the grill, and just get that little sear, that little caramelization on it from the grill, and it sticks as upside down spatula, and you get it off, and it's so good. I mean, how can you go wrong? We're talking about fresh melon, honey, maple syrup, and sugar. I mean, how can you possibly go wrong?
Yeah, I do that with pineapple. Mix some rum and some brown sugar and cinnamon. Brush that over it on the grill. Oh God, so good.
That sounds really good.
Mm-hmm.
Rum is a good thing.
Rum is an excellent thing. Yeah,
I'm pro rum. What did I see the other day? Oh, I saw a great recipe the other day. People take coffee and they put them in there, and they freeze them in the ice cubes.
Yeah.
and they put them in with Bailey's
Oh yeah. Yep.
and some heavy cream. I mean, I know it's unhealthy as can be, but I just to make sure it wasn't poisonous, I tried it.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It
Oh,
is
I'm sure.
so good.
Yep.
The breakfast of champions.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. That'll get you through your day.
Nah, it'll only get me to about 9:30,
And then you're gonna need another
and
one.
it's nap time, or I'm gonna need another one. But if I have another one, then it's nap time for me. That with rum and a coffee, I'm sleeping, but I'm awake.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah.
I'm drunk, hungover, sleeping, but awake.
There you go.
You thought I was complicated before,
Yeah.
but they are very, very good. And if you don't want a Bloody
Okay.
Mary, I love Bloody Marys in the morning too.
Yeah. Oh, Bloody Marys are my go-to brunch drink for sure. Yeah.
And it's tailgating season. I'm always. This is the
There
first
you go.
year my daughter's in 9 years because of COVID.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Haven't played Division One college sports, which means all those tailgates I used to go to, I'm not going to go to anymore, but I can choose which ones I want to go to.
Yeah. Yeah.
So my go-to are I think I tell you my sticky pork ribs.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going Thursday to a game,
Oh, nice. Okay.
University of Vermont versus Merrimack, which
Okay.
is one of our good friends' daughters against my youngest daughter's old school.
Okay. Good.
I'm going to be making the sticky pork ribs, bringing them up.
Perfect.
Sticky pork ribs are good because you can make them 3 days in advance.
Right. And they only get better.
I think they get better and better and better. You know, if you wrap them in tinfoil and wrap your whole pan in tinfoil and wrap them in tinfoil.
Yeah.
And then you could just throw them on top of a barbecue, on top of a grill.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And just let them heat up and then turn them around. You may want to add a little more of the sauce, but a lot of times that's just going to release its juices back into there, turn them over. I swear you're right. They are better
A
as
couple of days. Yeah.
along. So I think I'll make those on Wednesday for Thursday's game.
There you go.
I'm going to one Princeton field hockey game. I'm going to a St. Joe's field hockey game in Pennsylvania because our good friend Hannah Prince, who is a winner from start to finish, just got the head coaching job at St.
Oh,
Joe's. So congratulations to Hannah, and I guarantee you she's going to do a great job because she is an amazing person. So we're excited about that.
yeah.
Yep, and we're going to catch a BU Vermont game. We're going to
Okay.
BC game.
Okay.
All friends. I'm going to catch one UMass football game,
Okay.
which I've never been to.
Okay.
It's surprising I grew up so close, but
Yeah.
I don't ever remember ever going to a UMass football game. I'm going to a UMass football game. And then I think I will go to it's what's that? 7. I think there's gonna be 8 events, 7 women's sports and 1 men's sport.
Okay.
So I've got a tailgating schedule set for this year.
Nice.
We are interviewing, oh God, I don't have her name in front of me, but she is the woman who runs the biggest tailgate in the world, I believe it is.
Is that the one at Ole Miss?
Ole Miss, yeah. So we're excited about the Ole Miss football where they have 125,000 people show up for the tailgate.
Yeah.
And then like 80,000 go to the game. So 40,000 people come to the tailgate who don't go to the game.
Yeah.
But that's an amazing amount of boosts that they have. That is just a well-run machine.
Yeah.
So we're gonna try to get down to one of those games this year if we can and film from there.
Oh, you should take Joe with you. Oh my God, take Joe with you.
Oh, Joe would love it.
He would die. That would be awesome.
And we can, but all we have to do is eat.
Well, exactly.
Big responsibility.
And
it starts at like 8 in the tailgate.
8 in the morning.
8 and the tailgate goes to 7.
There you go.
So 11 hours of eating. And I'll be one of those 4,000 who don't go to the.
Nothing wrong with that. Just go to the tailgate.
I'm just going to be at the tailgate. But you have to really, if it's that long, you have to watch your alcohol.
You gotta pace yourself for sure.
Yeah, food and alcohol, both.
Oh yeah.
Because I get food hangovers. I'll wake up sometimes in the morning. I've had one drink, but I just overate, and you wake up and when you're younger, you don't have food hangovers.
Yeah.
Hangovers because you drank too much.
Yeah.
But food, no. I mean, you could have a pizza at 1, a steak at 2, and 52 jalapenos at 3, and you wake up at 5 because you got to be somewhere. And
ready to go.
Yeah. And what do you have? Leftover steak, jalapeno, and and everything else.
Start all over again. Yeah.
They start at 5 o'clock in the morning. When you get older, you get these food hangovers. It's like, wow, that was really good. I feel like I might die this morning. So you do have to be careful. Icelandic water. I am not happy about this. I like that. I like that commercial.
Oh my God.
We got to work on the commercial. And look at him doing a good job.
You are doing a good job, yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, Andrea, thanks for being with us.
Of course. Thanks so much.
And we'll talk to Joe this week. So I'll tell him that you said hello.
Absolutely.
And we look
Yeah.
forward to having Joe as a regular guest pretty soon. I
Yeah.
think out there, I think you're going to love him. I think you will absolutely love Joe. Intelligent, knows the food industry, knows the restaurant industry, knows the hotel industry, and just genuinely, and I mean it, a really, really nice guy. So we're looking
Definitely.
forward, and thank you, Andrea, for bringing him to us.
Of
Andrea
course.
Jorgensen, whatever your last name is now, I can't pronounce it. And we will talk to you soon. Keep forgetting that I have this.
Yeah, that's a problem.
That's free from my hands. I gotta hold the water.
Yay.
We'll see you next week. Seattle to
Sounds good,
Sunday.
David.
We'll tell you. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Hey, guess what? That's it. Cooking something good is finished for the day. Special thanks to my good friend and our guest today, Yahn Charbonney. He is the owner of Geppetto Pizzeria, and that is in Montreal. Montreal, listen, it's just a drivable country away. If you're looking to get away, great Italian food and the great French culture, it's just a drivable country away. Hop in your car, get to Montreal for the weekend, have a great time. Easy to get over the border right now. You just need a passport. You don't even need a vaccination card. It's a good time to go. Fall's coming, and the fall is beautiful in Montreal. Special thanks to you, Yahn. Friends of mine. He's been a friend of mine now for 25 years. Again, thanks as always to our any day, our weekly contributor, Andrea Jorgensen from Seattle to Sunapee. Had a great time. Special thanks to our producer, Jack Hessian, Robin Lee. She's in charge of all our marketing. We appreciate that very much. And our newest member of our cast, Joe. Last name? I don't know. I don't even know his name yet. He's an intern, so we'll kind of work his last name in slowly. On behalf of your host, Dave Duso, Manny's Olive Oil, Jones Barbecue Sauce, and Icelandic Water. Until next time, remember, food is fun, fun is food, and it's always foodie fun time. Right here at Cooking Something Good. Am I wearing any pants? I'm not. I'll see you next time.